Hayes and Yeading, we'll start with them first of all. Big game, 5 points on a possible last 24. You've got to put a record straight, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously Saturday's a massive game for everyone involved. It's time for us to stand up now. We can't kind of carry on the way we've been going. It's not been good enough. There's no kind of excuses, and we've got to put it right on Saturday.
If there's an example of what this league can do to you, Forest Green now sat third from bottom, it means you can't take Hayes and Yeading lightly then?
No, definitely. I think I've always said anyway, in this league anybody can beat anybody. It is a horrible league. At times there's not a lot of football played, and I know I've been involved in games and I thought, am I playing rugby here? It's a nasty league, and we've got to be aware on Saturday. What did you learn about your side against Forest Green last weekend? I think it's been the story of the last few weeks, to be honest with you. We're making too many stupid errors, too many mistakes, and it's time now that we've got to stand up as footballers and have kind of the steel and the courage to go and do what we're good at, and that's play football.
Is your side mentally fragile?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think we've got a lot of people at the minute, and it happens at any level. When things aren't going right and things aren't going how you plan, people get kind of wary about how they're playing, wary about what's going on. I mean, it happens with fans, it happens with players, it happens with everybody at the club. When things aren't going how you plan, you start getting, I mean, it's life, you start getting a little bit kind of wary about what's going on. And now this is where, as footballers that get paid to play football, and it's our job, we've got to stand up as blokes, not just as footballers, and do what we've got to do.
It's a cliche, winning becomes a habit. Does losing become a habit?
I think that comes down to your last question. If you haven't got people that are strong enough to take the criticism and be wary of the mistakes they're making, then it can become a habit. But I think we've got people in that dressing room that are strong characters, and now it's time for us to show it.
What do you think Hayes and Yeading will be thinking travelling up the M1 to face Mansfield Town on Saturday? I mean, not been great at home, have you, recently?
No, I think obviously it's alright stating the obvious, but at the end of the day, they're coming to Mansfield Town. They know it's a good club, it's a big club, it's got great supporters, and obviously they're looking at it and they'll be saying they haven't had the best of results. But when you're playing against a wounded animal, you're always on your toes. So they'll know that they're coming to a place where it's going to be a tough game, and we've got to make sure they're not disappointed.
What's the mood like in that changing room at the minute?
Obviously, I'd be lying if I said everyone's happy as Larry, because at the minute we're a losing team. We haven't been getting results we want, but we know we've got good players in there. We know we're doing the right things on the training ground. We've worked hard. We've never stopped working hard, and this week's been very challenging. But we know we're a good team. That's the thing. And at the minute, like I say, we've got to stop doing them stupid things that we're doing and them costly errors that are costing us. We've got to cut them out, and that's the fine line at the minute.
Lose on Saturday, would you fear for the manager's position?
I wouldn't think so. I think if you look at the kind of bloke the gaffer is, he's a fighter. I mean, he knows what he's doing. I mean, I've had a lot of managers, and I've seen the way people work. And I mean, this gaffer is thorough in everything he does. I mean, the preparation, you can't really go into any more kind of depth than he does. For me, as a footballer, it's time for the lads to stand up now. I mean, the fans here are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I've been at clubs where if we performed as we have been performing, there'd be a lot of pressure on the boys now. But I mean, even Saturday we're coming off and we're getting applauded. Now it's time for us to repay them, because it's not good enough. I mean, it's all right sitting here and making excuses, saying this and that and this has happened and this happened. At the end of the day, we haven't been good enough. And we're the only ones that can change that. We do all the work out there, and we get prepared right by the Russ and the gaffer, and it's up to us now.
Thank you. Louis, well, you've committed yourself to Mansfield Town Football Club. You must be very pleased with your new contract.
Yeah, I am. Last season probably wasn't as consistent as I'd liked, and I've towards the end of the season it picked up a bit, and then obviously this season I think I've started okay.
The gaffer's praised you a lot recently, that's why he's giving you this new contract. What did he say to you as to the reasons behind it? He obviously wants you to commit, I imagine, to the club for the long term.
Yeah, well obviously we're a club going places, and then in the pre-season he says get yourself in the team and you'll get yourself a new deal if you're doing well, and that's what I've done really.
He's also told us that over the past 12 months he's turned down a number of offers from sides in this division, I believe sides in other divisions. Was there not a temptation from yourself to maybe look to the league above and see if you could get yourself a contract with a league club?
Well, I don't think there's a lot of difference between this league and the league above, and obviously I'm really happy here. I wouldn't have signed otherwise, and like I said, it's a club that's going to be going somewhere.
You can obviously talk about your life on the pitch, but have you also built a life for yourself off the pitch, and is that probably why you're happy in Mansfield at the minute?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I'm enjoying it here. Off the pitch, I just had a baby a few weeks ago, so it's sort of settling me down a little bit. It's some tiring nights, but it's good.
No doubt taking tips off Alan Marriott, I believe, who's the resident paternal father in the club.
Yeah, well, there's quite a few dads, but yeah, Maz has been speaking to me, giving me little tips here and there. But I travelled in with Kev Samworth and he's just had a baby as well, so you know, there's babies everywhere.
You're trying to keep each other awake at the wheel there.
Yeah.
In terms of the performances at the minute, though, you went away to Forest Green Rovers for a bitterly disappointing defeat, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've got to go there and win, and we didn't. So we're back on the training ground this week, working hard, and take that into Saturday and get a result.
Is it now the players' responsibility to turn things around, because you were given every opportunity to prepare, right? Travelling down on Friday, staying at a hotel and also training, I believe, at Bristol City. So you had every opportunity to get things right. You just didn't.
Yeah, sure. I mean, obviously, first half we didn't turn up. Admittedly, I think that's throughout the whole team. You know, we've had a little mistake at the back and it's cost us a goal, and we've gone down in 1-0 down, and then switched off at the start of the second half and 2-0 down. And obviously they're sending off, and then it's a tough way back. I mean, I did have a chance, we could have get a point out of it, which we probably wouldn't have deserved. But you know, we've got to pick our heads up and go to Hazelhead on Saturday and get a result.
How much pressure is there on Mansfield Town this week to get a result at home?
Well, there's pressure every time we go out, home or away, and we've just got to make sure we get the 3 points. That's the main thing. Whether it's a scruffy performance, we just nick a 1-0 win, we need to get a result.
There's pressure on this side every week then to get a result. The question has to be asked, you haven't stepped up to the mark then?
Not quite at the moment. I mean, obviously we started really well and there was pressure on us then, and we did well, and then for different reasons we've lost form. I can't quite put my finger on it, but you know, there's only been maybe a couple of games where we haven't performed. A lot of the other games we've done well and we've been very close. Hopefully we have like I say, we get 3 points on Saturday.
Describe your relationship to me with the manager, David Holsworth.
Yeah, it's very good. For me personally, obviously I was at Uxton with him. He's brought me here, so that was the major thing for me. And then obviously he's looked after me since I've been here, so yeah, I enjoy playing for him.
Do you owe him a lot?
Yeah, I do. But I hope to think I've repaid him in somewhat, and obviously he's rewarded me a new contract.
Have you seen the pressure grow on him in recent weeks, especially when your side goes away to Forest Green and loses?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's difficult to go there and lose, but he's quite a strong-minded person, and I think he will definitely bounce back. Obviously with the game Saturday, and I think we'll take the form in to around the Christmas period when we've got lots of games and lots of points up for grabs.
Do you think the changing room is still behind him?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Why?
Because I think he was a good manager and we can take us further.
And just to finish with yourself today, you've mentioned that chance you had against Forest Green. That may have been playing on your mind this week. No doubt if you get an opportunity on Saturday, you'll want to put that one right.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's so many things that run through your mind when you were going through one-on-one. Should I pass it to Cons? Should I go around the keeper? Should I go across the keeper? Obviously I didn't get it right that time, but hopefully Saturday I can grab a goal.
Cheers, Louis.
Cheers, thank you.